Oh, it's Monday in the groove. How's your weekend? I went to Santa Barbara and I wrestled with the CEO of Uggs Boots. She won. It's because I didn't use my manpower on her. She fucked me up, but just know, if you're listening, I could have fucked you up. But we're cool. I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. If someone had been like, Jude, you're going to take Friday off and then go wrestle the fucking CEO of Uggs, who's my new friend now, we're new friends, and then lose, I'd have said, fuck you, bro. But you never know what's going to happen in the world of Judy. In case you're wondering, this is Bad, Not Good. I think they're out of fucking, I want to say like Canada. It's one of the few new groups that I really like. Jazz musicians that have been influenced by rap, which is the opposite usually. You got rappers sampling jazz. What's that? Toronto? But these guys are clearly influenced by fucking hip-hop. And then it comes out in their music. Not derivative. Bad, Not Good. This is number 3. So if you go buy them, you tell them that fucking Judy told you about them. Oh, someone saw me on fucking, on my Japanese Xanax IG Live. Yo, Ben and the Natty, what's up, bro?
Yo, Judy, what's good? So I work at a bar Thursday through Saturday nights right now. And I get home at about 3 a.m. And after I showered and smoked some a little bit, I was on Instagram and I saw you had an IG Live, so I just wanted to see what was up. And Jesus Christ, dude, how many drugs were you on the other night? You were fucking slurring your words. You were talking about some really deep shit, too. I was laughing my ass off.
I was on Japanese Xanax, which is... Yeah, I might as well... I had a homie that would do Ambien and then just black out and, like, fuck dudes. That probably would have been, like, not me fucking a guy, but, like, that was the level I was on the Japanese Xanax.
Yeah.
If I didn't write 2 books about fucking just being a total piece of shit that's highly functioning, this probably would be a bad look for me, but fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, the funniest, the part that made me fucking laugh my ass off was when you were talking about Bill Cosby. You're like, you know, Bill's not that bad of a guy when you don't think about all the rape and shit, and you were just slurring your words. Jesus Christ, you had me laughing.
He's not that bad. If you subtract the rape, he really isn't that bad of a guy. Unfortunately.
By the way, is John on right now?
Yeah, he's on.
Hey, John, I just want to say, fuck you. You're a little bitch. You're
Ben, again, I wasn't even listening, but I know you're a fucking bitch. Really, I know you are. Okay, so what's your problem with me, dickhead? What?
The problem is
what?
you fucking lie every day.
Oh, and how is that? Because someone told you I do. You can't even tell me. What would I lie about, you motherfucker? What?
John,
let's go back to Bill Cosby. I'm not the first person to say that shit. Fuck that, whatever. I think Dave Chappelle said the same shit. It's not like that wasn't even the most original idea. Dave Chappelle said the same shit. I do not agree with what he did. I'm just saying, some of his views were pretty good. I don't remember talking about Bill Cosby. That's how fucking... That is the mind eraser shit. Remind me not to get on IG Live. And John literally picked up the phone to argue with the guy after the fact. John, we moved on.
I had to put him in his place.
Whatever, dude. He's right. You are a bitch.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree. Whether you agree or not doesn't change the fact. Like, a tree can not think it's a tree. It's still a fucking tree. You're a bitch.
I know what I am.
Yeah, everyone knows. You should have had your girl Sam on, but you didn't. You talked her out of it. Hoe ass motherfucker. Admit it. Admit it.
There was a discussion.
Yeah.
There were pros and cons.
And you stopped it.
Pluses and minuses.
You stopped it. You're a bitch.
Peaks and valleys.
Why is your mic still on? Yeah, turn you the fuck off. I wonder if that shit's still out there. Maybe I should erase that fucking goddamn IG Live. After this 24 hours, I'm good. Whew. I'll talk about it a bit more on the news. Oh, he was on a good one. Whatever, buy my book. Turn that shit up. We got CeeLo Green, just sitting down with CeeLo. We taped it last week. We're going to run it today. He's got a new song out, Brick Road. We're going to play Brick Road, CeeLo Green, just chopping it up, talking to him about Dungeon Family, all his old school shit, really jumped into the Soul Food album. So I'm excited about that. It was a fun interview. I really dug talking to him. The guy's a legend, and that first album is all their albums are good, but that first one is really just a fucking. If you don't own that album, you don't own all the hip hop albums. It's one of those deals. That was Bad, Not Good. Here's Peasy and Babyface Ray, Dog Shit, featuring 2 G's. Fade it all the way down so I can click on it. All right, here we go. Dog Shit.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45, we about to culture you motherfuckers. I'm excited to have you here. DJ Mateo Schreier. Did I fuck up your first name?
Yeah, it's Mathieu, but Mateo, it's the same name, but with a different accent. Mateo is the Spanish version.
Yours is French.
Mathieu is French, and Matthew is English. So whichever one you're comfortable with, I'm not offended by any.
You were with KCRW.
Yeah.
And you got your own show.
Yeah, it's been almost 11 years. Every Friday night, midnight to 3.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
It's one of the more popular shows here in Los Angeles, and you are known for your world music and playing dope shit.
Yeah, I try to bring all the music together, but I play world music, but a lot of it is Americanized. A lot of it you can tell is music from the world, but they try to sound soulful or funky. So there's always that twist that brings it back home being here.
But it's got to be interesting hearing someone's take on American shit. Like there is their own influence on it, right?
Completely. Like different. Even like sometimes they change even the pattern and then the notes, and they just and it's in their own language. It just makes everybody laugh when I play a famous song out, and it's just so different. People like it.
Tell me what we're going to be playing today. This is the Get Cultured version on Shade 45. We trying to get motherfuckers culture in this bitch. Expand your horizons.
Exactly. Expand the fucking horizon on a daily basis.
Who are you going to play for me today?
I'm going to play a song that everybody knows, Light My Fire, but I'm playing it.
The Doors.
Yeah, The Doors. But this is from Aretha Franklin's sister, Irma Franklin.
Irma Franklin.
She did that record. Check it out. And apparently the story goes, I don't know, I was not there, it's in the 70s.
Damn, what's that like being Aretha?
Apparently Aretha told her there can only be one singing motherfucker in this family.
Are you serious?
She never released another record after that.
I heard Aretha's an asshole.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I heard she's the only story I have about her is like her going to see her stepson play, and she was at a restaurant and she ordered wings from somewhere else and just sat and ate fucking chicken wings from another restaurant as her stepson played.
You got to be an asshole wearing those kind of hats. She wears asshole type hats.
But she can sing her ass off.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, she's a motherfucking diva.
Yeah.
Look,
God's not going to give you all the gifts.
Yeah, good music.
Yeah, good music.
Looks like a turtle. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Irma got the looks in the family.
She does, and it's funny because after you find that record, when you dig for a record, you find that record, you're like, oh, that's Aretha Franklin's sister. Damn, she sounds good. She might have one more record out there that I think I've heard of. I've never seen.
This is called Soul Sister, which is fitting because she's the Soul Sister,
exactly.
Soul Sister.
But really, the story, people will say, no. She never recorded again because Aretha just put it out. Yeah, she was like, no, that's done. You're not doing any of this shit.
Yeah, and I'm sure she had the pull in the industry to be like,
oh yeah, especially
no.
in 73, 74, she was like, don't fuck with my sister.
How's the whole album?
It's good.
Is the whole album as a whole, is it good? Or
it's
this
good.
Just a standout right
No, it's good, but it's the standout. It's the standout for sure. That's the one as a DJ, you'll play that.
All right, this is Soul Sister, Irma Franklin, the fucking...
Light My Fire is the one we're going to hear.
This is Light My Fire, Doors cover.
Yeah. You ready?
Let's go. That was Light My Fire, Aretha Franklin's sister.
Irma Franklin, yeah.
Irma. Fucking the redheaded stepchild of the fucking family. Light My Fire. Yo, DJ Mateo.
Yeah.
I keep fucking it up. Mathieu.
You can say Matthew. You can say Matt.
DJ Matt.
Yeah, I'll call me Mr. French.
Mr. French. KCRW. What time can I hear you?
Midnight to 3 on Friday.
Midnight to 3 on Friday. It's something nice to jam to if you're in the Los Angeles area. Thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, thank you for having me. Oh, shit, that's right. Okay.
That's better? You got...
Check it out.
All right. Let's go. Until next time.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45, what up, though? Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to be out there 1 p.m., March 3rd. Postman Books. Postman? God, no one tells me how to say this shit, and I'm probably bumming people out. POSMAN Books at Westside Provisions, Atlanta, Georgia. 1 p.m. Get there. Atlanta, you wanted me, you got me. I'm reading, I'm signing. Show up, show out. Let's take over the whole fucking bookstore. That is this week, this Saturday. Also, if you haven't gotten the book yet, you can get it on your phone on Amazon, on the Kindle, for like 4 more days for $2. It reached #1 one day. Appreciate you. Let's keep pushing that. Keep spreading the word. Hummingbird. What you got to understand is when you get the book, it is a vote for more hood-ass books. You want that real shit, you got to vote for the real shit. It's like you cats that complain about there's no real hip-hop, and then you steal the fucking hip-hop when it comes out. It's not even about the money. It's about votes. Go grab it up. Hummingbird, Hyena's the other one. You don't like to read? It's on Audible. You're going to be in Atlanta? You're going to be in the Atlanta area? I'm flying my ass all the way the fuck out there. Come see me. Come fucking see me. And I'm going to stay in Buckhead afterwards. See what that's all about. I don't know shit about Atlanta. And no, we're not hanging out after, unless you're like a chick. I don't want to smoke a blunt with you. Just show up and fucking, we'll chop it up there. Shout out to DJ Mathieu for coming in and playing the fucking goodness. Fuck Jay Wiedner for not answering his goddamn phone. Coming up next is CeeLo Green, and I'm sitting down a full hour with his ass, and we're playing Brick Road, his new single. So that's what we got for you. Don't go anywhere. All Out Show. Follow me at One More Jude on IG.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 4/5. I got the fucking legend, CeeLo Green.
Yo, I'll take that.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good to see you. You're a legend yourself.
Good to see you, too. I got a story for you.
What's going on? Tell me about it.
So, 20-something years ago, I got a girl pregnant. and I had we went to different high schools, and I rolled over to high school right when school was getting out, and cell therapy it just hit.
What?
And every fucking car had that shit banging in the parking lot.
Where you from originally?
Pontiac.
Nice.
So I run up on my now baby mama, just because I didn't know if she was trying to get some money out of me for an abortion or what. You know what it was? So I run up on her while cell therapy's playing and fucking grab her stomach, and sure enough, it's hard than a motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, yeah, she's pregnant.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Yeah.
Now every time I hear cell therapy, I think of that shit. Every fucking time.
That's bittersweet.
Well, I got a 21-year-old. It's fucking. I don't know if it's fair for me to start that interview telling you that, but I just needed you to know.
You're starting off with total and complete transparency. I can dig it.
Yeah, it was what was that like? What was that like being part of just? I would say Dungeon Family, Organized Noise, LaFace Records is responsible for the South Sound in a lot of ways. What was that like in the beginnings for you?
It was kind of surreal in one regard, but then it was just a second nature in another regard, because we had all been such a community, and I mean Atlanta in general. I mean, Atlanta is what we like to call a little big city. Yeah. So the musical community, we were all kind of familiar, with each other, and everybody was kind of networking in one way or another. So And then also, just more exclusively with the Dungeon family, like we had, a lot of us had grown up as kids together, so it was just kind of, really, really natural, really, really, really organic, to assume ourselves and, as rightful owners, or at least the statesman for Southern hip hop, because we felt like we were more or less, speaking of Goody Mob, we felt like we were more or less activists, more so than artists.
Well, it's funny listening to your album. I was prepping for it last night, so I was listening to Soul Food, and Soul Food is to me it's an album where it's similar to what Pac did, where it was like it wasn't gangster rap, but
Right.
gangsters listened to it because it spoke about what was going on in your community and in your neighborhood,
Right.
and it was quite conscious.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lineage there. There's a connection there between gangster and government. I think and consciousness.
Yeah.
Because it's been argued on occasion that sometimes the criminal element, you know what I'm saying, a critical thinking of criminal is just more or less the artist without the outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why people, that's why we celebrate criminals in the way that we do. You know what I mean? Like, they're almost like, it's almost like Artful Dodger, if you will.
It's self-made. It's
Yeah,
go
you know what I'm saying?
get it. It's go get that
No
shit.
doubt. So we can relate to that story, that against the odds, above the law, outside of the law. We can do that. And with art and with music, you kind of pretty much have a license to do that too, within the jurisdiction of those confines of music and art and the industry.
We just had Daz on, and I can attest to this a lot of myself. Like so much art is funded by fucking dope. Like, let's be real. Like so much art was like, if it wasn't for fucking gangsters and drugs and shit like that, even going back to Sinatra, like
Yeah, exactly.
it was funded by vice. Like
No doubt
they
about
go
it.
hand in hand.
They do.
It's a crazy marriage. So let me you guys.
A lot of people liked our message because it was reformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that we were young, but we were in the field and we were experienced, and you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the knowledge or the everything was kind of in that moment. A lot of us were still living it. We were still straddling that fence. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even the fucking. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys were recording like in a basement with mud walls and shit. Is that right? Or
yeah, no, it's true. The original dungeon, it was a crawl space in Rico Wade's basement, of his home. Like, in about 13 or 14 of us were there, including his two sisters and a mother, and we kept music going 24 hours a day. Dudes walking in and out, smoking, talking loud, rapping. It's crazy.
So is that Cell Therapy, Soul Food, Southern Playalistic, all of that, Parental Advisory, was that all out of there?
All out of there.
Do you feel that leaving that space, the music suffered because you left the confine? Sometimes when you get to a bigger room, it changes things.
Yeah, it does. It does. Because there's something really, really innocent and unassuming about just being, brothered up or being obligated. You know what I'm saying? You don't really entertain the option. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the outside world. It's basically like a bomb shelter from a war going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we took it. So we took up arms, and we were connected with a certain kind of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it was. I mean, music was secondary to survival. So we were writing songs about surviving and about the opposition and why things were the way that they were. And so, like, more and more, as you kind of become enlightened and, you just begin to kind of consider and be more considerate and try to factor more things into it so you could sort yourself out.
It's kind of funny too, because when you really listen to it, like it's the message is jarring, and now you are literally fucking you crossed that bridge, and you are now successfully working within the system that you were talking about. Like you are on the fucking the Voice. You had Crazy was a fucking crossover success. What was that like going from the fucking mud basement and now you're fucking in it? What was that like for you?
Man, you could take an artist out of the mud basement, but you can't take a mud basement out of the artist.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those humble beginnings hurt too much. I'm scarred with those. I got war wounds from where we come from. I could never forget. And we lost a great deal in the process. We lost a lot in the fire too.
Tell me, what do you mean?
Family, people who had futures, people who brought us together, key people like King Bean, for example. We did a break and dedicated the album to Bean, a good friend of all of ours who kind of brought everybody together. And he was just kind of like this lightning rod and this really great spirit and personality.
And what happened to him?
I think, I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? I know that they were playing basketball, and he just kind of collapsed on the court, and just died, And it was really really surreal. But now that to mention that in retrospect, it even sounds special in its own right. So he was a special person, and he had a special transition in the way that it kind of happened. You know what I mean? Like, we were saddened because we were perplexed. He's such a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about.
Any of us could have died first, and it would have made sense. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
And it just happened to been him.
Well,
and then what was that like? Tell me about Crazy, because that was like, and you know what the funny thing is? I was gonna bust your balls because I was like, you need to rap more, but then because you're hands down, you're one of the best rappers ever.
I'll take that.
Goodie Bag, is that all freestyle?
It's all freestyle. But we had a lot of practice. That's all we did was freestyle. Remember, this is like, this is 94, 95, and on up from that point.
Who did you look at as your competition? Or was it friendly competition?
To be totally honest, I didn't look at anybody as competition. Like, it was pretty clear who our flagships were. You know what I mean? Like,
who did what?
At the time, as far as Goody Mob is concerned, Cujo Goody, came up with the name Goody Mob. So, he was our leader, you know what I'm saying? Like, essentially.
Yeah.
And of course his reputation streetwise was also reputable, you know what I'm saying, and certified. Right. So, we had no problems with taking his lead about this, that, or the third. And his whole style, it wasn't Southern. Sometimes now you can listen to Southern hip-hop and you can say, okay, those guys are from the South, just by the articulation or the drawl itself. But back then it was about, bringing to the table a new style. So, like Tretch or like Das Effects and,
right.
The way Cujo rhymed back in those, like he did so many really quotable and unique things.
His rhyme patterns were crazy.
He, like, let's say if he had a 40 ounce of Old English, he would take the bottle out and he would write a rhyme on the paper bag, and then get in front of the mic, with the paper bag and do his verse off a bag. Or one time he wrote, verses on a roll of toilet tissue and just lyrics all the way down. And I mean, like, just really, I wish we could have saved that stuff. I wish it would have meant as much as it means now. Then, we could have put that in a glass.
That could be in a museum.
Yeah,
that could be in a fucking museum.
So we thought we thought he had that insane genius. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much all artists kind of want. Man, like, I was more or less sobered by my situation because, again, like, I wasn't so completely involved at the time. I'm like, I'm leaving here, and then maybe I'm leaving the studio, and maybe I'm robbing somebody or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No
you
shit.
Feel me? So I rap recreationally, and that's kind of my nonchalance for rap music or my own particular.
Yeah, you're not on every track of Soul Food.
Yes. Like, so, but there's pain. There's always pain in what I do, and I find more of a cathartic means of embracing or expressing it through song, through melody, through harmony, and those things. And when you look at rap music, it's not just what we're talking about. It's just not about the lingo or the culture. it's the cadence itself. So the cadence is confining to just rap. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? And I'm more of a free bird. I'm more of a virtuoso. You know what I mean? Like, if you will.
Yeah, you're doing spoken word on that. You were harmonizing.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll do just about anything. So like, I need more space. So I feel like with harmony and melody, you can bend and stretch and turn, and you can make more out of it. You know what I'm saying? Then not only rap, the cadence itself or the particular culture and audience will allow you to do. So I wanted to do more, and that's how Crazy and all of those kind of things came about, because I just kind of really defied those laws of physics.
And then boom, now you're now you're getting played at karaoke.
Right, but I wasn't necessarily trying to be.
It just happened that way.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Babyface? How close was Babyface to what y'all did in L.A. Reid and all that shit?
L.A. was more hands-on than Babyface ever was.
Yeah.
But, I since then have, been able to call Babyface on the phone and talk, and we're cool. But I do have a funny story about when we first met him. Our debut album was named Soul Food.
Yeah.
Yab Yum, his production company shared with his wife, they put out a movie called Soul Food.
Yeah, I remember.
A lot of the guys were a little kind of, we felt the kind of way about that. I didn't. I thought it was an honor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, but, we weren't a part of the soundtrack. We weren't a part of it in any kind of way. And so, guys felt a certain way about that.
Like, how we going to get all Soul Food and I'm not even on the fucking
we
soundtrack.
on y'all label. You know what I'm saying? Right? So with that, he was confronted about it, and somebody asked him, not combatively or just asked, and he said the funniest shit. I didn't know you guys' name. I didn't know y'all name your album was Soul Food.
You're like, damn it, I'm on your label.
Yeah, it's a coincidence, but that made sense. He was never in the office. Like, L.A. was the business head and the brain.
And then Organized Noise was in charge of the music.
Yeah.
How I not as much on Goody Mob, but on Outkast, I hear a lot of funkadelic. I feel like a lot of I hear a lot of funkadelic influence. What was some of the influence for Goody Mob?
Man, we've got a chance to. I think even Bernie Worrell even played on some stuff. I mean, of course, you got George Clinton. He came in and he did Synthesizer with Outkast on ATLians. We sat and talked with the Godfather many a times, and he himself had christened us as the young, new, Parliament.
You guys are the next thing,
yeah. You know what I mean. So he gave us that. So a lot of the costuming came out of that. You know what I mean? Like, he gave us a license to just kind of, have carte blanche and do what we wanted to do.
Who do you think was the most underrated rapper out of your crew? I always argue that Big Boy always got slept on. I
would say that more famously Big Boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of good guys. Backbone, Witch Doctor, Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze's album was a fucking classic.
Yeah,
that I was like,
dope. Dope.
I got people
who.
Yeah, like. I got people, and was that Creatine? I don't remember.
Creatine, that's right.
Yeah, like that fucking whole album was bananas, and
it
I was like,
dope. And Cool Breeze, ladies and gentlemen, he coined the phrase "Dirty South," so that's him.
No shit.
Yeah, he's an OG.
Let me ask you about this one. Let me ask you. We hit so hard on the motherfucking on Soul Food, which is if you don't have Soul Food, you don't have all of hip hop. Like, this is like, it is a must have album if you say you like rap music.
No doubt.
And we were talking about some of the beginning songs. You guys come out the fucking gate. You guys come out the fucking. What was the first? Was it
Free?
And then it goes in. Does it go into thought process?
Yep.
Like here, like. Come on, man. Now, were you this shit right here? Dre's on this one too, right?
Yeah.
It's a tone setter right here. This is kind of like, hey, this is what you're gonna get.
This is it.
Did you make these songs in order?
No, but I did. I did more or less unofficially A&R and do sequencing and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Organized Noise, man the boards, but they would allow me, who had a natural knack for these things, to kind of take those little liberties in doing so, and especially after they gave me the shot at it, it made sense. You know what I'm saying?
Were you on Crumble and Herb?
No, I wasn't.
What was the one? Who?
I was on Get Up, Get Out, and Call It a While.
Get Up, Get Out.
Yep.
What was that like?
Get Up, Get Out is a cool story. We were talking about it yesterday. We had a moment of where I was working a job, and Players Ball was playing on the radio.
Which was originally a Christmas song,
it was a Christmas
right?
song. It came off of the Face Christmas album, and it was around Christmas time. So I was in no position to really quit the job that day, but I did. Me and my cousin, we were working together at Delta, at Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta.
What were you doing at Delta, like bags and shit?
Planes, yep. At the airport, we had a temporary job at UPS, so we were loading boxes and stuff like that. But Players Ball came on, and we heard it, and we looked at each other like it was like a movie, and we walked off the job. I walked right out, went right to the studio, and I'm gonna play. This is it, right? Yeah, right. Okay, so this was a song of mine that I had.
Because this is you right here.
Yeah. To do this verse, it was just so normal. I was living it at the moment. I didn't really think much about it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know if it was good or great or anything. What we were doing, it didn't sound like anything. So there was no other comparable, what I'm saying, to what Organized Noise, that their sound, their aesthetic.
You didn't know the rules to break. You just was doing it.
Just was doing it. And, we were talking about it, the naivety, about it, how this song was like, 7 minutes and something change?
Yeah, who does the 7-minute song?
That's what I'm saying. So,
that was like the 70s. That's like Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Absolutely. We had no idea that was wrong.
This was one of those Outkast and Goody Mob. Like I was saying, like, there were certain factions. Like, you had cats that would listen to only, like, East Coast rap in my neighborhood, and you would have only cats only listening to Dayton Family, right, or some shit like that. And Goody and Outkast, everybody listened to them. Like, and I think it was the creativity in your music and the honesty in your flow.
Right.
Like, you had the song talking about your relationship with your mom, and where I'm from, it was just single mother. It was a single mother neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
What was that like? What's your relationship like with your mom now? Is she proud of you? Is it like?
Well, I'll tell you another bittersweet story about soul food. And around that time, my mother, I was living with my grandma, and my mother was paralyzed in an accident. And she was quadriplegic, for about 3 years before she passed due to complications.
Yeah.
So my mother passed a few weeks before the release of Soul Food, and we were able to make the press just in time so I can dedicate the album to my mom.
Was that heartbreaking?
No.
Not for her to not be able to hear.
She heard it.
She did.
She heard it. And I'm glad that, because my sister actually went and got her license, or what do you call it? When she became a registered nurse.
Yeah.
And my grandmother had been a registered nurse for years, and my mother was brought home. We used to have her at a care center called Shepherd Spinal Clinic in Atlanta, and we'd have to ride way out there to kind of to see her, and then she was there in rehabilitation. So when we brought her home, she was more than taken care of, and everybody was qualified to see about her family style around the clock.
Make sure she's good.
Yeah, so my sister told me of one time where she asked to hear the whole album. Just play it for me. And
what was her reaction to the song about?
I think it was peace. I think she made peace. My sister was just about to get married, having her first daughter, and I think she knew that we were good, a lot of the fundamentals that she had given me, just to even acknowledge God in that verse. You know what I'm saying? My mother and father were both ordained ministers.
Well, you can hear it in your music. It sounds there's a lot of stuff. It sounds gospel. It sounds like gospel in the hooks, in the harmony.
Yeah, I got all of that stuff in my DNA, and I spent an awful lot of time in church.
What do you think? It's crazy. There's so many. How much credit do you give church to fucking good music? Because you like Al Green, you hear all these motherfuckers that just came up in the church, and you can fucking hear it. And
it's pretty essential, or it has been. It has been a main ingredient, in almost all black music, secular and otherwise.
And then
I don't know if there's any way around it.
I want to ask you about this one right here. This was off of your second album.
See that stuff to be when it get cold, that ice that you can't see. Cause that shit happens sometimes.
I tell you about this song.
Please.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I love that beat.
This motherfucker.
Mr. DJ did that beat. Shout out to Mr. DJ. That's Rico Wade's cousin, and he was the DJ for Outkast, right?
Yeah.
Then he started producing. I don't know where they cut this record, because Gipp didn't cut it at the Dungeon. They cut it somewhere else. But when it got over to the Dungeon, it set it all on fire.
What was the recording process like? Would you do a?
Well, I'll tell you about this.
Would you all be together?
Sometimes, but not always, because as you noticed, only Gipp is rapping on this record. Gipp featuring Outkast, so it was a Gipp solo record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then if you go back to Southern Playalistic Cadillac, Dre says, Big Gipp, Goody Mob, PA, Outkast, Southern no, we weren't even a group.
He just was shouting out.
Well, no, everybody came to the Dungeon separately. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, Goody Mob wasn't really officially a group until Still Standing. You know what I'm saying? Soul Food was more or less a compilation album, essentially.
Let me ask you about this. I don't even know if you had anything to do with it, but this is a parental advisory song.
Maniac?
No, this is it's Sunbound with 8-Ball. Did you? How closely tied were you with the other groups from the South? Did you feel like this was a time where we're just talking about this with Daz, like all of the fucking magazines were coming out of New York. New York was getting the most shine. Did you ever feel ignored?
No, that's what we were shooting for. New York was the grail. So, how you said other places didn't really listen to other hip hop, like we listened to everything. You know what I mean? Like I had already mentioned DOS Effects, and at that time I was really on KRS-One and X Clan and King Son and Lakim Shabazz, and I like the Black Power movement. That's what kind of moved me.
You hear it in your lyrics.
Forces of Nature.
Yeah.
De La Soul is Dead. These are all my good friends to this day, man. Like me and Paz and Mace talk on the phone. I don't know if you asked me what my relationship with Parental Level. I just talked to Reese, KP.
Yeah.
Who's the DJ then, but he went on to be a great executive and a really good friend, and definitely Dungeon family first generation. So we all still
How
talk.
close is Dungeon family?
Everybody's still pretty close. Like we got we have a thread that we all use, and everybody kind of just chimes in from time to time. And I started this thread, and so we get on there to laugh and joke and vent and fuss and fight and just about everything.
This is weird. Look, man, you're clearly one of the most successful members out of there. Mm-hmm. Like you made it to fucking prime time. You're getting fucking.
But because of them,
of course.
Yeah.
Were they happy for you? What was that like?
I think so.
Good.
I think they were. You know what I'm saying? To be totally honest, though, I think it was maybe like a little perplexing, just as it was for me. I wouldn't expect it would be any less perplexing than it was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when you do interviews, it kind of implies that you had everything to do with it. But no, I'm just faithful and humble, and I was brave enough to take certain risks. You know what I'm saying? And, I took the leap and I landed on my feet.
And also just your style kind of lended to a crossover, the fact that you could sing so well.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, I'm pretty a pretty well-rounded dude. I mean, like, I grew up in church. But I liked Black Sabbath, and I like Ronnie James Dio, and I like Bruce Dickerson. I'm saying, like, from Iron Maiden. He's one of my favorite singers.
No shit.
Absolutely.
That's fucking crazy.
Fucking Danzig. You know what I mean? I listen to everything. Motley Crue. That was my favorite.
So that had to help.
I'm friends with Tommy and Vince and those guys.
That had to help.
I performed with them at the Hollywood Bowl.
That's fucking bananas, dude. I love hearing that shit. Dio is the one that came up with this.
Yes, he did.
That's the Italian sign. It's the Malocchio.
The second, yeah, Garanto.
Yeah, right there.
No,
fucking yeah, straight up. That's fucking bananas to know that.
Yeah, man. So
I find that some of the most well-rounded artists have the most well-rounded library. Scarface is the same way. He's like, yeah, man, I listen to Zepp. I know how to play the fucking bass. I know how to play everything.
Absolutely. Scarface is a good friend of mine too.
You can hear that in your music. The other thing I really noticed about your music is the layers that you guys were able to. It was multi-layered in a fashion that you didn't see as much in rap at the time. It almost took an old school 70s soul approach.
So put it like this: we're from Atlanta with so much old school 70s soul. In Atlanta, the South itself is an origin. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's where it come from.
Per capita, Atlanta. I was having this argument. I think per capita, Atlanta has one of the biggest musical influences.
It does, man.
Why?
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, for us to be ourselves is probably the most involuntary action there is. Like, you know, it's just really, really, really natural. I try to word it and make it sound all fancy, but it's really simple. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, it just is what it is. But what I was about to say was,
sorry, man.
I'm grateful for Organized Noise because they tapped into their vitality. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, their natural resource of how they were able to retain and then reiterate and filter the soul music from our surroundings, you know, as their own original piece. You know what I mean? You know, or hybrid, if you will. You know, because
it sounds influenced but not derivative.
Absolutely. We recorded Soul Food in Curtis Mayfield's house, you know, at Kurt Tom Studios. And so why would we go into his house to just merely sample his music? You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking crazy.
So we had the gods were watching us. They were really, really close by, and we felt dutified in that.
Turn this up. Tell me a bit about Beautiful Skin. This was another one of my favorites.
Oh man,
yeah.
Craig Love. He's from the neighborhood. He went to high school with some of the older brothers, and you know, he's a guitar player and a producer. And I bumped into him, and he was like, "Yo, you know, so I want you to hear some of the things I'm working on." And so that's a record that I brought. You know, no different than Gip brought Black Ice in from somewhere else. I brought Beautiful Skin, you know, working with Craig Love.
How hard was that to get shit passed? Did it have to be unanimous, or could it be like, I'm not really fucking with that one. You two hop on that shit and see where it goes?
Well, it's definitely like that a lot of the time. But as far as me bringing that record, I mean, when something is, I mean, that's a classic record now.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad that, you know, Rico Wade and those authorities in that time saw this record as viable. You know what I mean? Like as good, as great. You know, so I'm just glad that we shared in the same good taste.
Did Peebles have anything to do with? Was it who helped? Who was a woman artist that really helped put Cats on? Was it?
Oh, Pebbles.
Yeah, Pebbles. Was it Pebbles?
Yeah, that's Pebbles. That's L.A. Reid's ex-wife. You know, she was an artist herself. Mercedes Boy and
yeah, those my shit.
All those great 80s songs. She had her own label, Savvy Records. She was the first one to sign Parental Advisory. She almost gave me a solo deal. You know, she recognized Organized Noise, and she introduced him to L.A. Reid, and that's how it all happened. So Pebbles, I mean, TLC.
Did you work? Yeah, TLC, Usher. Like,
She's great.
What was your relationship like with the rest of these people? What you guys like?
Usher's like our brother. We've been around Usher since he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Rico went to school with Tion, T-Boz. You know, we went to high school with Chili, Rosanda. It's like, we all together. She was like Fame, dude.
Bro,
like
it's the amount of
Leon and Coco.
Dog, it just doesn't even make sense. The amount of fucking talent that's coming out of one click.
It's true.
Tell me, all right, so let's talk about your new shit. We spent a half hour on all your old stuff. You're here to talk about your new stuff. Tell me.
It's dope, though. A lot of people don't really know these stories, man. Like, you know, I mean, they're pretty interesting if anybody got time to check them out. I mean, but it's cool. It's a good listen.
I mean, yeah, like I could sit here and fucking talk about. I want to hear old war stories all goddamn day, dude.
There's plenty more, dude. But
any story that I should have asked?
No. That's all good. I'll just come back. We'll do a part 2. Doesn't matter.
Bet.
Oh, what I'm doing now, man. You know, I'm to be formal. I'm saying, like, I'm working on another Gnarls Barkley record. You know, Goody Mob's still standing. It's having its 20th anniversary. They're going to re-release it this year, so people can be checking for that and be reintroduced. You know, to all of that good music. Shouts out to the Mob. Gnarls Barkley.
How'd you like working with Danger Mouse?
Man, it's probably one of the most, if not the most pivotal project in my entire recording history. Besides Outkast, Southern Playalistic, and me being featured on Get Up, Get Out.
That was yeah. And
life changing.
He blew up off the Gray album.
Yeah, a free mixtape mashup of
Beatles and fucking the
Jay-Z.
Black album. Yeah,
that's it.
And then you guys went on to become fucking monsters.
He gave me that for free. He was just kind of, you know, hand to hand in it, you know, to begin with. So I met him before that popped off, and we were already working. You know what I'm saying? But with no real gauge on what Gnarls Barkley would actually ultimately become. Like, you had no idea, man. I wish I could say, oh yeah, we did it just like this. We was like, okay, I didn't know.
Once you got that pop success, because that is fair to say that was I'm not saying it was a pop record. I'm saying it was a pop success.
Yeah.
It was a crossover.
It's completely alternative music, man. Like for it to work in the universal way that it did, it's just really special. It's what do they call it, an anomaly?
Yeah. Your follow up was Violent Femmes cover.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop.
This is another fucking classic album.
I
First
used to love the
Violent Femmes
Violent
was
Femmes,
fucking
exactly.
bananas.
Blister in the Sun.
Yeah.
I used to love a song. Even before I heard their old stuff, I used to like this record they had called Breaking Up. Breaking Up.
I don't even know that one.
Easy to do.
Yeah, they were weird. Like who's in like a fucking acoustic punk group from Milwaukee? You know what I mean?
That's just dope.
Fucking bananas. I love that you were with them. Did you feel for Fuck You? Did you feel a pressure to reproduce the success of Crazy?
No, because I mean, and then. As it stands, it's totally different from Crazy, right? You know what I mean? So it's almost as if the same person is not supposed to be responsible for both of those records, because it's really from one obscure end of the spectrum to the other. You know what I'm saying?
You were able to work with a ton of artists, Common, Twista, fucking
Lauryn Hill,
yeah.
Carlos Santana.
Well, you did shit with Carlos Santana?
Yeah, I'm on the Supernatural album.
What was that like?
Dude,
that guy's a fucking... What was that like, working with fucking Santana?
I tell you this. I mean, you know, I knew Black Magic Woman, and I knew of the legend of Carlos Santana. But, he's a masterful guitarist. But not like a commercial record-breaking, you know what I'm saying, like, artist in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying, like, as far as sales.
Yeah.
So, I thought that the opportunity was special because it was of a cordial invite from Lauryn herself, who's like a sister to me. We did our first tours together, Goody Mob and the Fugees. You know what I'm saying? So we've known each other for years. You know what I'm saying? She's like my Gemini sister.
You a Gemini?
Yeah, May 30th, and she's May 27th. So is Dre 3000.
It's fucking awesome.
It is. So anyway, she invited me to do it. She wanted me to sing it,
Who's another person that is a fucking, like, one of the top lyricists and then a hell of a singer as well?
No doubt. Dre's great.
All three of y'all could do that shit.
We could. It's Gemini shit.
Is that what it is?
I
the
think
twins?
So.
Is that what it is? The fucking twins? You can do a little bit of either?
That's the only sense I can make out of it.
You got your own label too, right?
Yeah, I have an imprint where I can sign and curate and support artists at Sony. It's called Mothership.
What are you looking for right now? The trend right now is a lot of trap. It's kind of I don't know, a lot of lils.
Well, I like trap music, but I don't trap music.
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, look, and Doug Morris, Sir Doug Morris, who gave me the opportunity, bless his heart, he said to me, CeeLo Green, I want to be responsible for a resurgence of soul music, and not neo soul, not urban, not R&B, but the soul music that was so transparent and clear that it was multicultural and multifaceted.
Willie Hutch.
Willie Hutch or
Johnny Hathaway,
Benny King, or Chess Records, stuff like that. He said, and I believe if you make a place, if CeeLo Green says he has made a place for that type of artist, I believe that they'll come. And so that's what he wanted Mothership to be about.
Do you think it's harder because you said so much of your music came from pain?
Yeah.
And even just rap was not as popular. Like, you had to scrap harder to sell, to be heard by more people than nowadays. Rap is now pop.
Absolutely.
Do you think that the lack of struggle costs in the sound of the music?
Absolutely, because there's a lack of struggle, but there's no lack of liability. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Well put.
Yeah. Well
fucking put. I'm gonna throw out some down south rappers that came before you.
Come on.
Poison Clan.
JT, Debonair, The Devil's Dad. They're my guys.
The whole Rap-A-Lot catalog. Gangsta Nip.
Small Town Killers. That's one of Gangsta Nip's songs.
Yeah.
Willie D, Controversy.
Yes.
Bushwick, Ready Red, not Royal C, but who's my man name? Raheem.
Yeah. We had that diss song where he just fucking dissed fucking everybody.
Yeah.
That was awesome, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
Actually, I think I might even have some old Raheem.
Big Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Who was from Convicts and then went over to.
That's right.
Here's a old ass Raheem.
Yeah.
Really special shit coming out of the South in the fucking mid-90s, man.
Really?
Just their own fucking. Are you guys gonna get back together? Is Goody Mob gonna get back together?
We actually were in the talks of doing a tour this year to support the reissue of Still Standing.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, we're all still together. We're kind of.
Well, they went off and did Lumberjacks
But the Lumberjacks were first.
Yeah.
They used to be called the Goody Mob Lumberjacks. They started it.
No shit.
Cujo and Timo. Goody Mob is derivative of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good die. Mostly ever bullshit.
That's right.
For those that didn't know.
And Gip is doing a project with Daz right now, so he's out here. They're supporting it. We've been kind of missing each other a little bit, but everybody's working as we should. I think everybody should I think it should be showcased the working parts of Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
how so?
Everybody can stand up and be counted for their own contributions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it becomes oversighted when you have one person that's been more noted. You know what I'm saying? Than the others. But those my brothers. They're all dope.
What about Outkast? Do you see those two guys getting back together and doing anything?
We talk about it. We talk about it as a family. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm a fan of Outkast. I'm a fan of us. I love us. I love us an awful lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm completely loyal. But I do understand that times change, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't have the same priorities, maybe you don't have the same interests, the same desires, the same drive. You want to go on to accomplish other things.
Yeah, Dre's doing tree touring right now. He went on to fucking shoes.
We love tree touring.
Yeah, I fuck with
that's
him
how
myself.
we used to wear when we was kids.
Thank you. I fuck with him myself. This is the one day I'm not wearing fucking tree touring.
Yeah, man. I just told him to send me a box of them. I love a lot of the flavors that I saw him put up. So
straight the fuck up. Yeah.
Do that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And And you know, he's one of those guys, and we accept it now. Like we were young at one time. I can't believe that we survived. I mean, like sometimes I look around, I'm like, yo, I'm 42 years old, man. Like I'm still alive. It's just great. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck to rap with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be alive. Sometimes I think that, you know what I'm saying? And then other days I feel, you know, super duper competitive. And I'm like, because I can still do it if I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Is this a new single we're gonna play? Are you rapping? Are you singing? What's going on with it?
I don't even know what you call it. It's just fly. You know what I mean? Like I thought that it was a new, fresh, unique way, you know what I'm saying, like to convey something streetwise or street savvy. Brick Road, I thought that was really clever. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a dope record, but it's kind of singy and it's melodic and dope. But you know, it's fly though. You know what I mean? Like it's some fly gangster shit.
CeeLo, man, it was such an honor to just be able to sit across from you and just pick your brain, man. For real,
it was dope of you, Jude, to even know, you know, so much about, you know, Southern hip hop. You know, fucking play Raheem, man. I had no idea. That's dope.
We right up I-75. Look, and this was the one where he just shitting on everybody. I remember
Pontiac represent.
We were right up I-75, so we got all of the South, East Coast, Chicago, West Coast. We were really blessed to be from Michigan. Like we got it all.
No doubt.
2 Live Crew. I didn't
Awesome
ask.
Dre.
Yep, straight up, bro. Straight up. I used to have that record, bro.
Me too.
Straight the fuck up.
He was about to kill them boys on the album cover. I had that shit. I had it.
Man, what was Luke Luke like for you? What was it like seeing Luke come out of Miami and just blowing the fuck up?
See, to me, let's say there was an era of hip hop where, you know, the technology had only advanced so much, so we were gonna either use the same samples or the same drum machine. So when the 808 came out, that was the most connected, you know, we were. Because you would have something like from Seattle, like Sir Mix-a-Lot Posse on Broadway.
Yes.
It's just like boom, boom, boom. So then you have Run DMC and we're tougher than leather, boom. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so just all 808. You know what I mean?
Even in techno and other shit, like it was like connected.
Everybody was together. You know what I mean? So that's what I miss about it. So if you think about the story of Planet Rock, since you asked about Luke, think about Africa Bambaataa, man. Like, you know, Africa Bambaataa discovered Kraftwerk when he went on a field trip from writing an essay. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. So that's how he heard Kraft. I think he went to Africa or went to Europe or something.
And heard Kraftwerk.
And heard Kraftwerk. So Trans-Euro Express.
Yeah.
Came back, you know what I'm saying, like introduced it, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, re-rocked it, you know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have Planet Rock. So people, even though it's like the alpha, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, of something, you know, I think people still have they're apprehensive in calling it a hip hop record, you know, because it's kind of not, right?
It's dance. It could be at the disco. Motherfuckers are breakdancing off of that shit. It was hip hop. Yeah,
it's fucking wonderfully brilliant. It's genius, right? So, but Arthur Oscar Wilde has a great quote that says, "Talent borrows, genius steals." Does he not?
Ain't that the truth?
So with that, it trickled down to the South, and it became what we didn't call it hip hop either. We called it skating rink music. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you got skate. Then it ended up becoming Miami bass,
right?
You know, and booty shake music or whatever like that. So, but it's all derivative of Planet Rock. You know, play at your own risk, all that good stuff.
Yeah, like, smack together.
Yeah, we loved it. You know what I'm saying? So
fucking cool, man.
But Luke ended up being a great friend of mine, like 2 Live Crew. I mean, that perverted my young innocent mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that.
Same here, dog. Yeah,
we love 2 Live Crew. But even before that, people don't know about Blowfly and stuff like that.
No, they don't.
You got to go back and check that stuff out, man.
He was the first dirty motherfucker.
He was real. He was the first. I met Blowfly before he died, man. I met him, and Luke, you know, amazingly enough, came to my wedding when I got married. You know what I mean? So we all real good friends, man. That's my OG.
And he's really responsible for the First Amendment too. Like
absolutely,
he took that shit all the way to the fucking Supreme Court, which is
Luther Campbell is a champion.
Yes,
guys, no doubt about it, man.
And then the people that jumped, John Denver got his back. Like it was just the most banana shit you ever saw. It was so it's kind of cool just to. He's a legend.
Hey.
Yeah,
We try to pick them up, but we got no room inside. We put them on the trunk, we put them on the hood. Some fella with a driver, they made it feel good. There's much too many freaks.
Yeah, this shit used to knock, boy.
Yeah.
We stopped at Taco Bell for some
Mexican.
Me and CeeLo over here geeking out over music, man.
Go back the other way, we'll stop and eat a dick.
All right, man. CeeLo,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Your door is always open for you. Let's jump off. And Brick Road is the new single. It's going to be on the EP.
Yeah, it's a new single. We're going for the single first, EP a little later in the year, maybe summertime.
CeeLo Green, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
No doubt. Can you smell me?
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right. That was CeeLo. Coming up next, news with fucking Johnny Chinface. It's Max tonight. Or wait, is it news? Yeah, it is news. Fucking awesome. There's a chick that wants to be a dude that's been taking steroids, and she's fucking whooping ass in wrestling matches. You'll hear my opinion on that coming up next. Shout out to Texas for making the good decisions. Fucking. Everyone's wrong in that situation, and I will tell you why. Also, did you miss any of the show? You can listen on demand. Or you can get the free trial. I was listening to the fucking pill mix last week. Goddamn good pill mix. Someone tweeted, how come there's an LA DJ that plays more Houston classics? It's sad that All Out Show, an XM station from LA, plays more Houston classics than Houston radio stations. You know why? Because I fuck with Houston. And I will be in Houston in May, I believe. So Houston, show up. Atlanta, I'm going to be there the 3rd. Slanging my book. You ain't get it yet? Fuck you. Get that shit. It's the shit. I'm going to co-sign my shit. It's that good. Go read the reviews. Just do that. Do that. Go read the reviews. I'm not even saying buy it. Go read the reviews. You can get it on Kindle. $2. You can't even get a jar of mayonnaise for that much. Oh, you don't like mayonnaise? You can't even get a bottle of Red Hot. Oh, you're a fucking Louisiana? You're a Crystals type person? You can't even get a big bottle of Crystals for that much. It's on Kindle. You can read it on your phone. I prefer you get the fucking hard copy. That way you can have it. So there's that. News is next. Don't go anywhere.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
This transgender boy has now won the girls' state wrestling title for the 2nd time in Texas.
All right, let's get this straight. It started off as a chick.
All right.
So he started off as a woman, identifies now as a boy, a man, and has been taking steroids for the last 2 years and is whooping girls' asses, which kind of makes sense. Like, usually if you take steroids or you do, like, blood doping,
They're working.
it kind of helps. Ask Lance Armstrong.
Mac begs.
I think, but real talk, on the Armstrong thing, everybody was doping. He just was better than them anyway. That's all I'm saying. But Max begs. I think this is bullshit, but this isn't on Max. This is on the state of Texas, right? Mm-hmm. All right, tell me the deal with this.
Well, he wants to wrestle.
Oh, my,
boys.
it looks like a fucking man.
I know. It's confusing.
Oh, roided up.
But at this point, he wants to wrestle boys, but the state says no because on your birth certificate it says that you're a girl.
Oh my God! And then Connecticut, they had the fucking dude that said he was a chick and was winning track meets against women. I figure whatever's the strongest thing, that's what you get to compete against. Like whatever the toughest one is. Like if you're a fucking guy that thinks you're a girl, you still got to go up against fucking dudes. And if you're a chick that thinks you're a boy, you still got to go up against dudes. Especially if you're taking fucking drugs.
Well, they're legal. They're saying this is a
yeah, lots of shit was legal back in the day. Legal ain't right. They're saying what?
That because this is for a valid medical reason, then it's not breaking the rules of the sport. So therefore, he can take these steroids to enhance his body.
Look at my face.
Oh, hey,
I don't buy it. It's fucking bullshit. It's tough, man. These chicks, like, it's just tough.
they're getting creamed.
Yeah, they're going against a chick on steroids. It's not fucking fair. I agree with this woman, with this young woman, man. Whatever the fuck, I don't know what the fuck. I agree with him that if he wants to fucking compete against fucking dudes, let him.
Well,
whatever the toughest competition is, that's what you get to go up against. The Connecticut one where it's a fucking dude with a wig winning track meets, bullshit. He's going up against women and whooping the shit out of them. Bullshit. This dude chick on steroids.
Dude chick.
I don't know. This man, whatever the fuck she started off as a girl. I get it. It's the roids though, man.
Yeah.
She looks like she can beat me. She looks brolic as shit.
She could.
Like
he could.
Like if I needed a jar of peanut butter open, I would hand it to him. Her.
Fuck you up.
Yeah, man. It's fucking bullshit. And girls are opting out. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna even wrestle him.
Yeah. They're forfeiting, fearing an injury.
I don't blame them. I posted it with hashtag bullshit, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit and it's not. Look, I'm not putting it on the guy. I'm not putting it on. What's the person's name? Max. I'm not putting it on Mac. That being said, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if I would compete. I would feel odd competing knowing that I'm on steroids while nobody else is on steroids.
It is very strange.
As much as you want to fucking wrestle, I'm sure that there's some like intermediate wrestling places that aren't school and state sanctioned that he can go wrestle at, that will let him wrestle boys of the same weight class to really test your fucking. You want to test your steel, see what you go up against whatever's the best in that competition.
So when he won, some in the crowd booed him. This is a tough scene for high school kids. The crowd boos you.
I mean, look, it's ultimately the state that's fucking him over, but also he's choosing to continue to fucking beat up chicks.
It's true.
He's choosing this. He's not looking for an alternative route. I think everyone's wrong in this situation.
Want to hear the boos?
Yeah, let's hear the boos after he beats a fucking chick.
Tough crowd.
I mean, look, it's like I think everyone has a part to play on here. The state of Texas, like, come on, man, have him wrestle. He wants to wrestle dudes. Let him wrestle dudes. Him, find a new place to wrestle at. They got wrestling clubs. Go wrestle men there. No business. You're fucking roided the fuck up. He looks like young Brad Pitt running around just fucking people up, man. Like, not cool. Not with it. Don't co-sign this one.
Mom is in denial here. Angela People think Mac has been beating up on girls. The girls he wrestles with, they're tough. It has more to do with skill and discipline than strength.
Get the fuck out of here. Suck my dick, Mom. And you're the one that's letting the fucking child. The other thing too is like, yo, dude. Let's say you really genuinely feel like you're a fucking man at 16. Do you understand? Like, I wouldn't even let someone get a tattoo at 16. If I had a tattoo, it'd be like a Nautica boat on my fucking leg. You know what I mean? Like, you make dumb decisions as a teenager. You don't even let people drink until they're 21, yet you're letting them, like, make life-altering decisions. I can't even sign up to join the army at fucking 16. Perhaps changing one's sex forever, you might want to sleep on it. You might want to, like, I don't know, wait till you're 18. Wait till you're legally an adult to fucking start taking fucking hormones and shit like that that's going to change you forever. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, he is well on his way. Very convincing guy.
I thought it was a fucking man.
I know.
I thought it was a fucking... When I read the headline, I didn't even read the whole fucking thing when I posted it. I just thought it was a dude that said he was a chick that was fucking up women. Because they let people do that too. Texas, you're wrong here. You've been wrong about a lot, but like you're wrong here, Texas. You're fucking wrong. Dead ass wrong. Should be wrestling boys. In Mac, you shouldn't be wrestling girls. Go find a place where you can wrestle somebody. Go wrestle a man. You say you want to wrestle a man, find a man to wrestle. These are the trade-offs. You know what I mean? Like, these are the trade-offs. You want to be a fucking dude? The trade-off is you shouldn't be wrestling fucking chicks in high school. Go find a wrestling club and wrestle fucking dudes.
Man, steroids work, too.
Yeah, it's a fucking...
Wow.
That motherfucker is a goddamn... He should be the fucking spokesman for fucking roids.
I'm just stunned by that.
Look at him. Handsome young man. And he's tatted up already. The motherfucker's 16.
What'd they do to me?
Good mom. Shout out to your mom. Helping you make all the right life decisions. Holler at me when you're 30. I wonder if you still want to be a fucking dude. When your biological clock's ticking, you want to fucking have a kid or two. Let me know. Let me know how that is. Look, I'm all for people doing what the fuck they want to do. But I'm just saying, when you're at that age, maybe you should sleep on it. That's all I'm saying. Being trans, and not to knock it, but I'm going to knock it. Like, that's the new goth. That's like the new emo for teenagers. It's like, I'm a girl.
Well, they would say that that's how they were born.
Maybe they were, but like, wait on it.
Right.
I'm not even saying it. This is a forever decision. Wait on it till you're 18. That's all I'm saying. There's shit I can't legally do at 16. And he's been doing it for I couldn't even drive a car till I was 16. This motherfucker's taking roids for the last 2 years. He looks like he could beat us up, John.
Oh, no doubt about it. That guy would handle me fast. And I would put up a fight, but not for long.
He will fuck you up, man. 110 pounds.
Look at him. Come on.
This little dude, chick,
body.
is 110 pounds. I know. Arms big as fuck.
I mean, he would put me out.
Yeah, he would fucking choke you out. You would go to sleep mad quick. He'd be able to he'd get the muscly arms underneath that big ass chin of yours and fucking put you to bed.
I'd grab a pencil and he'd just put it in my eye. I would have nothing to do.
What else you got?
Snapchat, your beloved Snapchat.
It's done.
It's in trouble. I didn't realize
over.
how bad, but it's...
The interface is so fucking awful. Who shit on it? Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner.
She's got 16 million motherfuckers?
She has 24.5 million followers.
24 million. That's a fuck.
So she sent
a quarter billion.
Last week.
She sent out one tweet.
I know.
And destroyed them. What did the tweet say?
Oh, it just said, let's see, it's up here on the screen. But so, does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore? Or is it just me? Oh, this is so sad.
That was me. Look, we were talking about this, and I don't even know how she does it. Like, because she's got 24 million. People write me, and I can't even get it to reload. It'll say, you have 99 messages. I will open every single message. I will still have 99 messages, and I can't even reload to get more messages. And then they'll pop up 4 days later, and it'll be like some angry dude, like, what the fuck is your problem? You think you're too good? And I'm like, bro, part of me, then I don't want to answer, because I'm like, fuck you, suck my dick. But then part of me wants to be like, I just saw it. Sorry.
So, but is it really as bad as people say? I mean,
It's
people
awful.
hate it.
The
Hate
interface is fucking awful. It's buggy as hell. And I was a champion of Snapchat. I was
remember.
like, I was a champion, but like it runs like shit. So and then Instagram decided to do their own fucking stories, which just buried it. I remember like the followers were going up and my views stayed the same for a year. My followers steadily went up, but everybody kept leaving, so therefore my views just stayed the same. My views plateaued. It's been the same amount of views for a year. It's not even cool anymore. Now I can go on fucking Instagram super high on Japanese Xanax and embarrass myself.
So you don't use it at all anymore? Snapchat.
It's almost like I said 2 paragraphs worth of everything.
No,
and
but I
then
mean, just
you
like at all. I mean, it's surprising that, I mean, everyone's
It's just sitting there, dude.
Okay.
It's just sitting there. Like I said, I just go on fucking Instagram and babble on with Japanese Xanax. It got to the point where my homegirl, who was the next call girl, fucking called me up and was like, what is your problem?
Oh, God.
I said, dude, I'm on Japanese Xanax. I'm just trying to go to sleep. I decided I would talk to people. She told me I went to bed twice while I was talking to her. Yo, I slept like a motherfucker, too. I slept like a baby that night. Shout out to that Japanese Xanax. Don't ask me the fucking name. I don't know what the fuck it is. And it's legal, too. I don't even know. The girl that gets it to me is just Japanese Xanax. Fucking awesome.
So those Kylie tweets, though, they pack a punch.
Fuck her. I'm wavy. I'm wavy, baby. Yeah, somebody with 25 million fucking followers.
So the shares of the stock sank 7.2% Thursday, wiping out 1.3 billion in market value.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. It's been done. It's been over. I never knew how they were making money anyway, like sneaking in ads every now and again. I think that company was overvalued to begin with. I think a lot of tech companies are overvalued. They're just betting on the future somehow. And when it's as buggy as that is, and then they change the model, they change the interface where everyone hates it. Like, newsflash, I'm a regular dude with a fair amount of followers, and I've been gone for a month now. And there was a gang of people like me. Kylie Jenner might have fucking been the one that helped push the drop along, but it's been dropping. It's done. And if you guys are listening in fucking Venice, tighten your fucking shit up.
Or just to make
Quit fucking taking sound baths and getting fucking high on weed all the goddamn time. With your giant brim cowboy hats and turquoise jewelry, and fucking tighten it the fuck up. I don't even bother. It's not even... And then the ones I do open, it's just like somebody showing me their plate of food. Like, I don't give a fuck your burger. I got to go through 27 burgers, or somebody will literally be taping. They'll send me their snap of them watching TV. It's fucking awful. And what I after all that, I get to see one titty after 20 fucking. I open 20 things of bullshit. Some titty in Kentucky that I gotta fucking, like, I'm never gonna get to. Fuck good is that? Give me something else.
Very soon, there's a good chance that here in California, the driverless cars will become a reality. By early spring, even, possibly.
Truckers, I'm telling you, if you're listening, man, this is the future.
Scary.
I'm sure they will be like driver and driverless combined, and that'll be going on for a while. But I'm just telling you guys, start looking to pivot because they are fucking coming for you. I'm not saying it's tomorrow.
Early spring? That's pretty soon.
I know, but like, Tesla already does the little self-driving shit, but like, they're gonna be coming for you guys, man. It'll be good. It'll be good to help old people get around, like we were talking about earlier. That'll be nice. Maybe you can get some foreigners in there. God knows Koreatown needs that shit. Fucking keeping every stereotype alive. All I do is dodge fucking Lexuses, just swerving out into traffic, coming out of nowhere. They're looking at everything but the road.
Well, how do you feel about driving?
Visors, right?
Hopping in a driverless Uber or something like that?
I think Sirius needs to fucking adjust. I think we need to start taping fucking everything.
What? What do you mean?
Well, if you're not driving, what are you going to look at? You don't need to look at the road.
Okay.
Apps are going to be introduced to the car because that means that driverless cars, if you have the technology to drive on its own, it'll probably have good apps, and we're going to have to start taping everything.
Video.
We're going to have to start doing video for content. Newsflash, I hope a boss at Sirius is listening because that is the next step. We need to start taping all of our content so people have something to look at while they're in their fucking driverless car. Going to Costco or wherever the fuck they go. Getting a fucking gallon of mayonnaise.
You've got a vision.
I've been had a vision. Hey, bosses, while you're listening, get a Latin channel too. They seem to keep coming. I don't know. I'd try to fill that hole. And let them pay with one of those fucking, those cards with the cash. You buy with like the Rush cards. I'm just throwing out. I'm just spitballing here. Just spitballing. What do I know? I'm just a fucking rap DJ. I'm just a rap DJ that won't fight a girl on steroids. Full circle. Hey, John, fuck your chin. That was the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
That was a show. Thanks to DJ Mathieu for coming in here, playing the fucking classics, getting us cultured. Appreciate you. Keenan's on the phones. You did shit on the phones, Keenan. There was no one even called, but you get the fucking shout out. John is our always confused looking producer. John, you just look like lost Ansel and stole your bike at the same time.
False. I'm in the moment. I'm present.
And there you go. Alex is the producer. Chris is on the board. CeeLo Green came in. Check out the single Brick Road. You can follow me on Instagram at OneMoreJude, OneMoreJude. My memes are fire. And I heard that my fucking IG lives are good when I remember. So, there's that. Woo. I'm out this bitch. Have a good